Look, I know you're extremely ambitious, but for whatever reason, you are not where you want to be. And I know that exactly because it's the same thing I personally went through years ago, trying to figure out how to get myself in a place where I can actually win in life. And in this video, I'm going to be telling you the 5 things you need to do so you can get out of the position you're in today and get to a place where you can actually materialize the ambition that you have inside of you. My name is Shana. Over the past 9 years, I've built my business, Genflow, to do $100 million in revenue and do some pretty amazing big things because of these things that I'm going to tell you in this video. So the very first thing is that you have to stop listening to yourself. And I'll explain. The biggest mistake that I was making, that I was actually listening to the voice in my head. What happens to us entrepreneurs is that we end up creating an opinion on something and we think that is true. Because in your mind, that's the first thing that someone tells you and you're like, yep, that's not going to work. And that becomes your instinctive answer to that thing. For example, if I said, you need to post content so you can grow your business, you'd be like, yeah, that's not for me. And the reason that's your thought in your head, because it's for something made you believe that and you stick to it. So the voice in your head is the reason so many things are not happening because you think that's your gut instinct. You think that is the voice you should listen to. When in actual fact, that is the exact voice that's keeping you lazy and it's keeping you not moving on to the next thing. So when you possibly are thinking, I've worked too hard this week, I don't want to burn out, I think I should go and do less or let's not work this weekend, whatever the thing may be, that's actually the wrong thing to listen to. So what you need to do instead is you have to reset your brain. And hence why it's the number one thing I'm saying, you have to reset your beliefs. They're just made up. And you are hanging on to them. So for instance, I often say to business owners, you need to send really customized outreach to be able to sign clients. 99% will be like, I've already tried that, it doesn't work. It's because they tried it like in the most smallest sense possible and immediately it's like, it doesn't work. And you will hold on to it. And I guarantee anyone watching this right now, there are so many things you have such strong personal beliefs and opinions on that are actually incorrect and you're not letting them go. So one of the biggest ways to get out of the position you're in now is actually to stop believing the things you believe right now. And that opens your mind up and starts letting you execute and do things that you are not physically doing today because of whatever reason. Another example would be, you're like, anyone selling a course is a scam. Because that's what you believe, right? You believe it. So it must be true. That's it. So as soon as you see someone, that's it. You see someone with a nice car, whatever, you're like, must be doing something wrong, right? That's a very natural, immediate thinking. And that's your thinking. No matter what someone says, that is what you're thinking. But in actual fact, online education is massive. Selling digital products to unqualified leads is one of the biggest business opportunities of this lifetime. And every single business should be selling digital products to their audiences, customers, etc. Right? That is the reality. But a lot of you will never want to do that because you have this certain beliefs that you've stuck onto and you're going to stick onto no matter what. Right? And it happens time and time again. The second thing, to truly fulfilling your ambition, you have to do a complete digital detox. You have to actually be very mindful of your mental diet. So the things that you consume. So if someone was really overweight, you would tell them, watch what you eat. And it's all about nutrition and what you put in your mouth. You got to get good at that. Stop eating ice cream. Stop doing this and this. It's the same in business. You have to fix the things you are watching and consuming to fix your mental diet. It's such a fundamental thing. Personally, if you are someone that's not making progress because you've got to stop trying to work while YouTube is on. You've got to stop to work while you're listening to music. You're overstimulated. I guarantee you're so overstimulated is why you're more lazy than you should be, or you're just not getting the results you should be because your focus is not pure. One of the best things that has helped me is actually working in silence and doing one thing at a time. So you're not mentally stimulating yourself with 20 other things. So whilst you're doing something, you're going to be extremely focused and remove anything else that's like stimulating you. So it allows you to think way more deeply than you have ever done before. And you have this amazing moment where you get lost in your thoughts and some of your best work, ideas, everything will be born in that moment. And it's something to engineer your life towards so you can actually go and do that. Similarly, you need to stop just consuming stuff that doesn't help you. So watching a 3-hour podcast about, aliens or whatever research or this or that, which are so big now, these podcasts, if it's not really going to help you, best not to consume it. People always say to me, Sean, are you buying property? Not really. Because I don't even want to let that information enter my mind. I don't have time to sit and figure out what is the best way to buy properties so I can actually have a property, portfolio and blah, blah, blah. Sean, are you buying crypto, or what's your opinion on this? I have no idea. I have no idea because I'm focused on what I'm doing. I don't want to consume any other content because I'm right now in this moment need to realize my ambition and I need to realize my current goal. So I'm focused on that. So your mental diet, digital detox, what you're consuming is everything. It's probably the single biggest thing that's holding you back today. I guarantee is what you waste your time on, watching, listening, because that is programming your brain into things that you don't need to program your brain for. Number 3, there is no such thing as a 5-year plan. You should not be planning more than 3 months at a time. For the last 9 years, last year, my business done $25 million. Year before was like 23 and before that as well. Every single year we've grown. And I could not tell you what I'm doing in 3 months from now. It has always been the way because having big plans actually has a reverse impact because you are not focused on the now. So it actually makes you complacent today. Your focus should be the next 3 months. What am I doing? I'm going to post 30 videos. I'm going to send 100 emails. I'm going to pitch 5 existing clients to do 5 new things. Whatever it is now. Right now. What is the thing to do? You don't need long-term plans. And related to that is you want to break those plans down into maths. It's simple maths. Start understanding numbers about everything you do. So if the goal is 5 new clients to double your business, how many emails do you need to send to make that happen? Is it 1,000? Then you best get working. Do you need to post 20 more videos to get 50 more calls booked? Then go and do it. Because from 50 more calls booked, 25 will show up, 2 may buy, right? Because that's numbers, it's math. So anything you are deciding to do today has to have numbers behind it. And because you don't, you're getting, I've worked so hard. There's no such thing because are you hitting your numbers, right? If you've sent enough emails for the week, take it easy. Watch Netflix, play PlayStation, whatever you want to do. Have you hit your numbers though? Or is it just a feeling? If you're working on feeling and emotion and not on numbers, like they say, men lie, women lie, numbers don't, right? So you are lying to yourself when you are saying, I've worked hard enough, I've done this, I don't need to send more emails out, this doesn't work, this, that. Follow the numbers, and that is the truth. If you want to truly grow within the next 12 months, become a numbers-focused person in general in the way you operate, the way you do things in your business. Number 4, it's time management. Personally, I'm a massive believer of using a calendar for everything. Your calendar should be completely organized with every single thing you're going to do in your day. So that just means having blocks in place for certain things. Obviously, you can have actual meetings, but there should be a block for working out. There should be a block for I'm now making content. There should be a block for I'm now doing this thing. There's a block for I'm going to try to figure out how to grow. There's a block for call my mom. Every single thing should be there because your nothing should be. On a Sunday night, you need to sit and you need to plan the week, and you should be first putting the most important things on that calendar. I speak to business owners, I'll be like, what's your growth strategy? I don't have one. How many people did you email last week? Didn't really do it. I'm like, what are you doing? Do you not have time? Yeah, just like doing this, doing that. It's like, why would that not be a non-negotiable on your calendar first? So it should be 3 hours emailing people, 2 hours making content. Then it's 5 hours of fulfillment work, doing things that you're being paid for, 3 hours of messaging clients back, etc. So you need to control your life. It doesn't mean you can't go see family and all that stuff. Do not take this out of context, right? But that should just be in your calendar. Personally, I pick up my kids 3 times a week from school. It's in my calendar. That can't move. I put my kids to sleep every day. I have dinner with them every single day. Like I would say 5 out of 7 days, I would always have dinner with the family. It's important to me, right? So it's there. So you do you. What's important to you, put it in the calendar. But look at the time across that. Related to that is to forget the idea of a 9 to 6 and all of that thinking. It's a whole day. It's a whole week. It's your life. Plan it. You plan it, you will win. Because ultimately, why I don't like 5-year plans too, Because if you know in 3 months, I want to double my clients, you would have to make them into micro tasks and they would have to be in your calendar so you'll make your way there. If you want to run a marathon, you would know I need to go run like 20 times so I'm ready enough for a marathon, right? And you would then need to know, you would come up with, okay, every 2 days, I'm going to go outside and run. Same thing, right? You have this goal and you break it in and to go and get to the goal. This is exactly how it needs to be at all times if you want to get to that next stage in your business or entrepreneur journey. Related to that is the final one, which is you ultimately have to remove every single thing that is truly holding you back. Because I've summarized them, but there'll always be more. There are things and people in your life that you know today that are holding you back and is the reason why you're not moving forwards, right? We've talked about it's your current beliefs, which are probably wrong. It's all the content you're consuming, which is again, just not relevant and not really helping you. We've talked about the idea of that you have big plans, but nothing is tangible and right in front of you. And lastly, we talked about time, that you're not managing it properly because all of us have enough time. And I say that somebody with 120 employees, we're doing all our stuff, I still have time. Because you make time and you figure shit out based on what's actually important, what's going to be the biggest ROI for you in your life. And that's the way for you to think about it. So the fifth point was, and is for me, you have to strategically get things out the way so it gives you time to actually execute and realize that ambition. Every single one of us deserves to have a go and try to win in life. And to do that, you have to really be the one who's focusing on themselves first. You have to be extremely selfish to be able to actually realize your ambition. And once you do, then everybody around you will love you for that exact same thing, which in the beginning, they might be like, what are you doing? I had the exact same issues. All my family were going on a family holiday. I couldn't go because I knew I have to do something for a client. And if I did it, it's going to mess up the business. I have to be on my desk. And there's been many other sacrifices like that because I was like, what needs to move out the way so I can realize my ambition? Now, the amount of things I can do for my family, it's insane because of the success I've managed to build, right? So it will always come full circle. But there's a period where you have to make the smart decision to realize your ambition. Hope that helps. My name is Sean. I have 2 videos dropping every single week. So make sure you hit subscribe and I'll see you in the next video.